Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Carr, and this is Cars, Cards, and Coins. I was going to try to make this video yesterday, but I got really sick, so my voice probably sounds a little bit different tonight. I do feel a lot better, but all the coughing made me lose my voice. But tonight, I had someone ask a few weeks ago about some books that I recommend. So I'm just gonna, because buying silver, it started out as a way to save money. So that's kind of how it's been for me the whole time. Just, once I got to a certain point, I took a turn and I became more of a collector than a saver. But I still have the saver mindset. That's something that silver will do for you. It will put you in that mindset. And there is only one book that I will say I recommend for Morgan collectors that you purchase, and it is this book right here. I said that the very first night. This is the only book that I would ever recommend anyone purchasing. The rest of these books, and if you notice it, the rest of these books you can get from your local library. I do not recommend, and you say, well, it's 2017, the thing's out of date. No. They do update these every year. But these are mostly for numismatic coins. You're going to know the silver spot price. So these are for numismatic coins. And something really big has to happen for the price to change. So, I can go through and show y'all in these two books. There is not one price difference of any coin that I personally own. And even if I go to 2018, 2019, 2020, the price differences aren't going to be big enough for you to worry about it. $1 here, $5 here. If something really big happens, you're going to know about it. They found coins, or more coins were melted than they thought. It's something that the whole coin world will know about. But I'm not big on recommending anything for anyone to buy. I do not believe, at the end of the day, I personally think all the people on the radio talking about saving money, and they all people that advertise on TV and on the radio, they all come across in their advertisements, in the way that they talk about their product, it's like it's the secret. If you buy our product, or if you call our radio show, we're going to give you the answer you've been looking for. And the truth is, that is a lie. They don't have the secret. They do not have the answer. All they are trying to do is get your money so that they can have more money. And so many people fall prey to that. Because of the way they come across and the way they advertise, people will call these radio shows. These 65, 70-year-old women and men will call these radio shows thinking that these people have the answer. And all they'll be told is, your husband spent all the money. Well, I hope you can get a job. You got to go back to work. Or hope you can knock your bills down to live off SSI, Social Security. And it's like, the younger generation, they go and spend all this money to go to these classes on how to manage money and how to save money. And they get to, listen, this is the secret. Do you want the secret to success? I'm fixing to give it to you right here, right now. This is the secret to success. Work hard. Every single day, work hard. Number 2, save your money. Your money. You save your money. And 3, educate yourself. There. You don't have to call and wait on hold for 2 hours to speak to some schmuck on the radio. You don't have to go spend thousands of dollars to go sit in some seminar. I just saved you thousands of dollars. You don't have to, no more. That is the secret. That is it. No one's, you're not going to be, and my heart goes out to these people that are in their 60s and have no, something happened to their savings. But the truth is, no one's going to give you the secret. I mean, unless you win the lottery or get an inheritance, because the people you're calling, they're not going to tell you nothing different. They're not going to write you a check. They're not going to say, oh, wow, well, since you called our radio show today, we'll take care of it. How much money do you need? 200 grand? Yeah, sure, here you go. That's not going to happen. They're going to tell you to cut your bills down so you can live off Social Security. Or they're going to tell you to go back to work. That's all they're going to tell you. And if you're young and you have time to save, I just literally told you the secret to success. That is literally it. The truth is, the secret is, there is no secret. Work hard, save your money, and educate yourself. I did recommend buying this book. And I also recommend you buy one of these. You can get one of these for like $3. You should not be spending your money on anything else. You can go to your local library. This book right here, I read this book a long time ago, and I love this book. There's something that this book says, and this is something, listen, I noticed that I get an average of people watching for 7 minutes. Hold on, watch for 30 more seconds. Okay, listen to this. All right, you ever heard the term measure twice, cut once? Okay? You should live your life with coins. Any big purchase, a car, a new four-wheeler, a new house, anything, a new gun, anything that you're going to pay cash for, you should live your life measure twice, cut once, okay? So let's say you're going to buy something that's $1,000. Save $2,000. And if you still want it, you go buy it. And then you don't feel broke. Let's say you want something $500. Save $1,000 or $1,500. And if you still want it, then you go buy it. Listen, I've also noticed that I've been getting a lot of advertisements on my videos. And look, like streams like Whatnot, I don't mind Whatnot. I'm a fan of Whatnot. You can get some really good deals, especially what we're going to talk about tonight is prices. If you will get these books from your local library, and if you will read them and go through them and learn prices on coins and don't get sucked into the hype and get stuck buying, way overpaying for some common date, which is what 90% of people sell on Whatnot, is just common date coins. Nothing wrong with that. I've got a ton of common date Morgans. I love every one of them. I love every one of them. But I don't think I've overpaid for one of them because I understand prices. So, and you got to be patient. You can't just be bidding on every single thing that comes up. You got to wait for your opportunity. You put your max bid. So if, like, say they're running a BU Morgan, like let's say an 1884 or an 1890, all right, and BU, that's about a $35 to $40 coin. So you just put your max bid at, say, 37, and you don't worry about it then. You stop bidding. If you get it, heck yeah. Like American Silver Eagles, you should pay about $3 above milk, $2 to $3 above milk. So let's say they got one they're running and they started at $1. Put your max bid in for say 34, 35, and if you get it, then you get it. If you don't, you don't. You know when to cut yourself. But that's something. Books that I recommend is books so you can learn prices and learn to not overpay for things. Is a huge, but I've noticed a lot of advertisements, and I will say that most bullion companies I am not in favor of. Most bullion companies are there to sell you a product. They're not there to service you. They're there to sell you a commodity. And I love silver. Please don't misunderstand. I love silver. I could talk about it all night. But there are more bullion companies that I am not in favor of than I am in favor of. There are a couple good bullion companies. But if bullion companies keep advertising on my videos, I am going to give an honest review of that company. And I can about promise you, they don't want me being honest on a lot of these companies. So, if they keep advertising, I'm going to give an honest review. Now, Whatnot, I have noticed a lot of Whatnot advertisements on some of my videos. I don't really mind Whatnot. If you're going to be a coin collector, you almost have to have Whatnot nowadays. Because once you learn prices and you know what path you want to take, whether you want to buy it all or Whatnot can be an amazing tool. I mean, you can really get some great deals on some of the best deals I have in my box. A lot of those coins right there come from Whatnot, and I got some amazing deals. So, but these are the books that I recommend. I know you see 2016, 2017. I mean, yeah, you got them from your local library, but they're outdated. No, they're not. They're not outdated. They come out with a new one every year, but you really do not need the updated version. These will get you close enough. And I'm going to give a few examples. Let's start with this one right here. I'm already at 12 minutes. I don't want to make this video too long. 1932 DXF40. So 1932 DXF40, $300. Now, you don't want to get excited, okay, and jump up and run and pay $300 for a coin. So what you do is you go to eBay. You type in Washington 1932D, Washington quarter, and whatever grade it is that you want to buy it in. MS60, XF40, AU50, AU51, MS63. You type that in as well. And then when it comes up, you go to filter at the top right corner. You click on filter. And then you scroll down until you see sold items. And you push the little bubble. And then it's going to show you all the ones that have sold recently. So I couldn't do it on my phone while I'm live stream, doing a video. But I did do it. So the 1932D, February 16th, one sold for $270. On February 11th, one sold for $214, but the price difference is because the one that sold on the 11th for $214 was from a grading company, ICG, and they are a low-tier grading company. PCGS is the best, and ICG is a low grade. I'm sorry, I had a couple of Biden supporters over, and they're still upset about Harris losing the election. So they're getting out. That's our little newborn. Okay, and then on February the 8th, one sold for a PCGS, one sold for $235. So what you want to do is you want to take those three numbers, 270. You can go ahead and use ICG. They are a lower grade tiering company, but it's still sold for, a fair amount, 214, 270, 214, and 235. You want to average that, okay? So 250 is around where you should be trying to spend. Now, if you see one for 265, 260, even if you see one that is pretty for say 280, okay, you're in the area. You just don't want to go up to 300. You want to stay around 270, 214, 235. So you want to be around that 250 range because hey, if you have to sell it, you can get your money back. All right, I got the pages marked here. So let's see here, Morgan. Okay, let's use the 8040. Okay, the 18840 MS65. All right, so 840 MS65. 5, and the book is 175. Okay, now let's look at eBay. Same thing. You type in, like, let's say you want to buy a Morgan, 84.0 Morgan in Mint State 65. So you type that in on eBay, Mint State Morgan 65, Morgan silver dollar. Then you go to the right top, click on filter, scroll down to sold, click on sold items. All right, February 21st, so just a couple of days ago, an 84.0 and MS65 PCGS sold for $173, right on the money. But check this out, and this is what I was saying about ICG. The same day from ICG, 114. You got to be really careful buying coins in lower tier, with lower tier grading services. ICG is a low tier grading service. So you see the price difference. 84.0 Mint State 65 on eBay sold for $173.50 plus $6 shipping. And then ICG MS65 sold for $114 with free shipping. And then the day before that, on February the 20th, PCGS MS65 sold for exactly $175. So the book, I mean, people are paying right on the money. So if you want to buy this coin, well, you know you want to be between 160 and 180. You know, you say, well, that's a hot, well, it's a Morgan, and you know, people, it's trending up. I mean, you can go look and keep scrolling down as far as it'll take you. I mean, you can see the trend is up. So it's okay if you go $5 over. I mean, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Especially if it's a pretty one. Now, you really want to pay between 160 and 170. But if you see one that's really pretty, you know, for 180, hey, I wouldn't be mad for, you know, let's see if I got what I paid for this one. Okay, this is interesting too. So when you get into buying Morgans, you can download the NGC and PCGS apps, and you can literally scan that barcode, and they have their own price. Like that's what NGC says it's worth. It's $230. But, all right, now let's go to another one. I mean, I'm just giving some quick examples. And this is, you know, see, this is another reason why I recommend these books. It gives you a little history on every single thing, you know. You know, it's got all this information that you can read. And each coin, you know, it has a little bit about each one. And, I mean, these books have everything in them. I mean, these books have it all. And you can get them from your local library. You don't have to spend any money. You say, well, I need it at home in case. Well, that's, you know, your library will let, the ladies that rented me these books, I don't need them. I can bring them back tomorrow. But they said after 2 weeks, if I still need them, call them and they'll be happy to renew my rental. But how many people are going into a library to rent coin collecting books? I mean, not many. So here we got the Booker T. All right, Booker T. Mint State 63. 1946S. All right, so you get the set, and it's worth, say, $80 for the set. So we'll put this coin around, you know, $27. Yeah, 25 to 30. Let's just say 25 to 30. All right. January 28th, in the NX grading service, one sold for 27. January 21st, one sold for 30. PCGS. And then December the 18th of 24, NGC sold for 30. Right on the money. I think I got this one for like 24. But, so now, this book, so see how it says set? So you want to, you know, you got 3 coins in the set. So you divide 80 by 3, and that's what the coin's worth. And it's right on the money. So this coin, you want to be between 25 and 33. You know, yeah, most of them are selling, but the trend, you know, NX is not a PCGS or NGC grading service. They're like a mid-tier. ICG is a low tier. This is like a mid-tier. And then this is the upper tier, upper echelon. But they're selling, even in PCGS, they're selling for $30. So, I mean, like I said, if you see one and it's the coin you need and it's the coin you want, and somebody's asking, you know, like you see it on Whatnot, you put your max bid, say, at 31 or 27. Say you put your max bid at 27. And if you win, heck yeah, you won. So that's what's so important, is just getting these books and just looking through them and whatever. See, okay, let's say you're not into commemoratives. You know, let's say you're into a Morgan's. Then you would just need this book. So that's not really a good example. But let's say you're into quarters or post-colonial or half cents, large cents. You know, so you would, whatever coin you're into, or even if you're into all of it, well, whichever one you want the most, start with those and read as much information as you can read in a couple of weeks, because you don't need to be in no big hurry anyway when it comes to buying coin. That's one of the biggest downfalls of people, is they get in such this massive hurry. And I know the feeling. It happens to me still to this day. It happens. You just can't be in no hurry. Like right here, we got a 2 cent. All right. And I know on this, you know, I hate it. I shouldn't have pulled this one out. This one looks so bad under the light with the phone. But if you were here and if you could see this coin, I don't know if I can do this. No, I can't. Anyway, this coin looks amazing under the loop. You know, 1866. You know, this is a what? 1866. So this is about a $30 coin. You know? So let's say you're into the 2 cent pieces. Well, you get this book and you read about it. I mean, it's got some brief history on the coin, some details, and you read this right here. This is what you need to know right here. And then whenever you make your decision on which one you want, you go to like on what grade you want. Okay? And this is my wheelhouse. I ain't gonna lie. Like Morgans are my wheelhouse. This is where I should really probably keep all my videos. Should be just on Morgans. But, you know, my wheelhouse is Morgans. 1900. So let's say I want to buy a 1900 Morgan silver dollar. So I'll come here, find 1900 Morgan silver dollar. Okay, they made $12,590,000, and let's say I want to buy one in MS64. So I go over, okay, $85. All right, so I should be paying, you know, 65 to 75, 75 to 80. You know, if I see one, you know, NGC says it's worth 110 if you scan the barcode. So when I want this coin, and I remember what I paid for this, $58. $58. I set my max bid at 60, and I got it at 58. I can remember. Wasn't that long ago, and it is a good looking MS63. Very nice coin. All right, and you just go through whatever coin it is that you're looking for. This is another thing. They run so many of these. 1889, very common date coin. I bought it because of that right there. That's why I bought it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, very common date, but look at that color on that coin. Just unbelievable. But let's say you want an 1889 in mint state 62. So you find 1889, they made 21,700,000. You want yours in 60, say 64. Well, $90. And you just do that with any coin. Like, let's say you want the Carson Cities. 1880, Carson City. And you just, 1882, Carson City. I see so many people way overpay for the 82, 83, and 84 Carson Cities. You know, people really need to learn prices of that on Whatnot, not on eBay, on Whatnot. I see so many people overpay for those. Those are the most common coins. They found hundreds of thousands of those coins, 82, 83, and 84. And they sold them in this thing called GSA. And there are still so many out in circulation, not in circulation, but out, you know, being sold around from dealer to dealer. But people really need to, this is what people need to do. Get these books and learn prices. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. I don't recommend going and buying this book. Go to your local library. I don't recommend people buying anything other than this book and one of these. You know, I do have other books, but I mean, at the end of the day, these are the only books that you need. And you don't have to have the latest edition. You don't have to have 2025. I mean, if you can get 2020, 2021, okay. But these books right here, 2017, I'm fine with 2017. You know, 2020, I'm fine with that. That's going to get me close enough. You know, there's not going to be nothing that drastic, you know, in only 4 years. Coins do not move like that. Silver does not move like that. That's why I say a lot of times when you watch the videos with the people talking about $500 silver, you need to take a step. Not, you know, silver, you know, I want it to go to 500, but I also don't want the consequences of what's going to happen because it went to 500. But it just, you know, when you hear that kind of talk, you really need to step back and ask, okay, who is this saying this? Who is this guy connected to? You know, silver is a wonderful tool. Coins are a wonderful hobby. They bring so much joy to my life. So much joy to my life. They literally changed my whole world. Literally, you know. Not calling some schmuck on the radio. Not buying some stupid product, you know, that was advertised as get rich, you know, like we have the answer. You know, that's not silver. Silver, you still have to do the work. You still have to do the work. But I recommend silver to everybody. But I'm going to cut the video. I'm at 28 minutes. This is what I recommend. I don't really recommend, if there's one book I would say, you know, there's this book, this one thing, measure twice, cut once. You know, if you're going to make a big purchase, save twice. If you're going to buy something for $1,000, save $2,000. You know, and that's what stuck with me out of this book right here. If you're going to buy a big coin, you know, $1,000 coin, save $2,000. If you're going to buy a new gun for $1,000, save $2,000. If you're going to buy a new four-wheeler, you know, which most people put that on credit, but any big purchase, double save. And then if you still want it, hey, when you buy it, at least you don't feel broke. But thank y'all for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate everybody. I hope my voice doesn't sound too bad. But y'all have a great night.